Been a long day. Shot 3 videos already, so I wonder if it's just too bright. Yeah, I mean I can't see shit, but I mean that's probably better when I'm watching ghost videos. Do I really have to turn these lights off? I don't really want to. Oops. Looks like they're not turning off. Oh damn.
I'm still fresh to this, and it sort of like freaks me a little bit. The sooner I get into this, the sooner I can relax.
Coming up in this video,
Alright.
looking for something creepy to watch? Or maybe your preferences lean mysterious? Why one or the other when you can have both? These 30 scary videos are seriously both creepy and mysterious. Number 30, Taken. A woman was heard screaming from the back of a white van in the Santa Clarita area of Los Angeles. Bystanders caught the incident on video. Published by Fox 11 Los Angeles in August of 2021, a white van parked below is captured on video by someone in a home above the road. A woman inside the van is heard screaming as hard as she can, while a man's voice is also heard yelling at her.
Oh.
Although what he's saying is not clear,
Call the police.
As she continues to scream for help, the man taking the video yells at them to stop and asks someone off screen to call 911.
Yeah.
Stop! They're abducting her. Call 911.
The van
Yeah.
sits parked for quite a while and the woman is heard crying.
Come on, baby.
Eventually, the van's door slams shut and the vehicle drives off. A woman is on the phone with the police off screen. Don't worry, this story has a happy ending. The scary video led to the vehicle being identified through social media, and the taken individual was located and found safe. As for the alleged
thank
abductors, though, I couldn't find any follow-up on whether or not they were caught, which is certainly frightening. Number 29, Forklift Mishap. Want to see a domino effect of extremely destructive proportions? Published by Euroswift Australia in April of 2015.
Oh, dude, you should...
This forklift operator was
man.
responsible for a mishap that nearly took down the entire warehouse. The forklift driver is seen transporting a long platform of boxes along a path through the warehouse when he clearly miscalculates whether he has enough room. The load he is carrying nicks the racks to the right, and the entire shelving unit.
Alright, so I think this dude jumps out, which he's not really supposed to do. And then of course they say to stay in the forklift because it's got like a steel structure around it that that should protect you from anything that's falling. But I guess in this case, he's probably lucky that he did get out, so...
collapses like dominoes, one column after the other. The driver runs to safety, but not before his mishap destroys half of the warehouse. This just goes to show how quickly things can escalate. I just hope everyone is alright. Number 28, Meteorite. No need to go to outer space. It'll come straight to you. Published by Boris Golodiak in February of 2013. This scary video was captured in Russia. The security footage shows a man rushing into a garage. Another man follows shortly after. The first peers out of a small window in the door. After a moment, the garage door shudders slightly. The second guy walks off while the first remains by the door. He shouldn't have. The door shutters again and then bursts, pulling up slightly and sending dirt and dust flying across the ground. This was caused by a wave from a meteorite. The meteor struck above the Ural region on February 15th, 2013, and for a moment shined brighter than the sun, casting off intense heat. The meteorites caused panic and required some people to get medical attention, as well as damaging more than 7,000 buildings across 6 regions. This is just one of them. Number 27, rescued robber. Usually those on the other end of a robbery need rescuing, not the robber himself. That's not the case here though. Published by NBC Washington in January of 2022, this suspected robber got what was coming to him when he
Karma sucks.
tried to climb down a chimney of the home he was allegedly attempting to rob in Silver
I
Spring,
think this
Maryland.
Chills music
Earlier
is
in
just
the
getting me.
evening, the resident had heard
Just
banging
feels so
noises
uneasy.
coming from outside his home, so he scoped it out but found nothing. He even called the police, who also checked the area but came up empty-handed.
He says he knew something wasn't right, so he checked everywhere, but couldn't find anyone.
So I'm like, what the going on? This I can't be hearing and seeing stuff. You know, I can't be imagining this stuff. Someone's trying to break into my house or something.
His family thought he may have heard a raccoon or cat. Later in the early morning, the resident heard some wrestling and called the police. He then heard moaning, crying, and praying coming from inside of the wall. What the police discovered when they arrived was not a rodent,
Oh my God.
but a man stuck inside the chimney. The fire department had to
I just jump scared myself. I like double-sided taped this to the back of the desk and it just fell. Scared the hell out of me. This is going somewhere where it won't fall. Alright.
break through the wall and disassemble the chimney one brick at a time. A second video published by Fox 5 Washington, D.C. shows the man being lifted out of the hole. He had been stuck in the chimney for hours. The man survived, but if he hadn't been heard, he likely would have lost his life in there. Number 26, found footage. An iPhone was found in a cave, and the video footage discovered on it is
You won't be doing that
terrifying.
again.
Posted to the r/found footage subreddit by Footage Finders 57. The scary video begins with a woman taking selfie footage at a canyon overlook. In the next clip, the group is in a cave. They are on a guided tour, and the guide mentions that they're in the Cave of the Winds in Colorado. A few in the group abandon the tour and duck under a rope restricting access to a dark cave. They watch as their tour group continues on without them. Moving through the cave tunnel, the ceilings are so low, they have to duck down to weave through the cave. After a while, they start hearing mysterious sounds in the tunnel. The tinkling sounds make one member want to turn around, but the others push onward.
We have to go back.
Come on, let's keep going. Hear what?
Did you not hear that, Ryan?
Soon they are lost, but they keep going. They come across abbreviations marked on the wall indicating various states, and then something comes at them in the darkness, and they all panic. They flee from the figure, and there's a horrifying roaring in the background. The remaining video shows the group panicking until the phone is dropped on the ground. What caused this mass panic, and did they get out alive? Your guess is as good as mine. Number 25, ghostly Gettysburg. It's common knowledge that Gettysburg is full of ghosts and lost souls. This footage is just another piece of evidence that they left their lives on the battlefield. Published by T.C. Bollinger in January of 2010, this footage was originally captured in October of 2009 about a mile from Triangular Field. At dawn, the ghostly figure appears to the left of the tree in the forefront.
Alright, this is stressing me out. I'm gonna have to like turn my own camera off because well like I'll just hide it. Yeah. Still rolling, but I can see myself out of the corner of my eye, and the fan in the corner is stressing me out.
The figure disappears behind the tree after a moment, but then reappears again, while another can be seen at the center of the field close to the tree line. After a while, more and more semi-transparent figures move across the field. They walk a few paces before vanishing. For a time, the field is empty again, but spirits reappear to take their final steps. Many in the comments of the video share their experiences at Gettysburg, including the feelings of cold, chills, and goosebumps. Some say they've seen spirits on the field with their own eyes. Do you believe the soldiers remain, haunting these hallowed grounds? Given the history of this place, it wouldn't surprise me.
I believe it. Like, honestly, that, like, it could have been, like, post-edited in, but I honestly believe it, because, like, I don't know, you can't, you can't disprove everything. And that would be what you would perceive as a ghost, as, like, semi-transparent, there, not really there, and, you know. It's sort of like a repetitive spirit, you know, so. Yeah.
Number 24, Psychopath Room. An ill individual trapped in a derelict home. What could go wrong?
I feel like this is Cap.
Published
This
by
is
Scary
definitely gonna be
Pills
their
in
friend.
October of 2021. This scary video has been trending in the Hindi-speaking YouTube community. The original source is unknown. The video shows some urban explorers in a dilapidated home. They push the door open to one room and capture this person in a white gown with long dark hair crouched on the floor
Like-
in a corner. The person appears.
Let's say you walked, like, is this house supposed to be abandoned? You walk into a room and there's something there, like, scratching at the ground. Wouldn't you be like, whoa, like, get out of here, man? I'd freak out. I'd be out of there. I wouldn't be screwing around and going around them. I mean, if they needed help, yeah, I would be around them, but, like, at the same time, like, if that's a knife, I'm out.
To be playing with an object on the floor with a stick. One of the crew keeps
Stick.
calling the
I don't
person
care.
a psychopath and tells him to come say hello.
It's the psychopath. It's the psychopath, bro. Go and say hello. Go and say hello, brother.
Instead, the person
But look at his shoes, like, they're brand freaking new. Like,
throws something
This is
at
their friend.
him. Is this individual insane? Or is she trapped in this haunted home that she can never leave? All I know is I wouldn't be sticking around to find out.
all I know is I wouldn't be sticking around to find out.
Number 23, At the Ledge. This video was submitted to the r/Chills Narrator subreddit by Lucky1196. It appears to show someone driving down a dark, decrepit road. The driver soon comes across a ghostly figure standing at the edge of a cliff. The apparition just stands there before fading into nothing. If I were this driver, I would be pretty freaked
Nah, that was Cap. Like, that looked so not
out
in there.
seeing
Like,
this, but not
literally
everyone
just like
is
went,
convinced that it's real. So what do you think? Is this a truly paranormal figure?
Why is
or
this so
just
tall?
some clever editing? Number 22, What's on the Roof? This guy just moved in. What happens next might make him want to move out. Published by Elijah Sportle TV in August of 2019.
This dude's upgraded his Ford, his grill. You can see it on the wall. That's it there. That baby boy. I wonder what he
To
did.
Move Out, published by Elijah Sportle TV in August of 2019. As the video begins, the cameraman is explaining that they had boxed food in the garage that had been broken into as if something tore the boxes open. A later clip taken at night sees the man and his roommate watching TV on the second floor. He explains that they started hearing strange noises. He says it sounded like a screech and thuds or scurrying, like footsteps on the roof. So he gets a flashlight and heads outside to
It's like,
investigate.
I can't see anything.
I can't really describe exactly what it sounded like, but almost like some kind of a screech. I don't know, maybe some kind of bird, but it was definitely up there.
Down at the ground level outside, he spots this on the roof. It looks like a strange, fleshy face peering
Whoa.
over at him. It even seems to wave.
Let's see. I don't know. What's that? What in the
What?
He attempts to talk to the figure and then heads inside and
go
upstairs to get a better look from an upper window, only to find the figure is gone. He decides
That literally looked like someone with a white hoodie and had a white face mask on, and they were just like, go away, trying to get away from someone or something.
to go back outside to see if he can spot it again, and he does. He gets one last peek at the creepy figure and then hurries inside again.
All right.
the hell did it go?
To whom or what does this terrifying face belong to? Some in the
It's just
comments
some dude.
suggest it could be a barn owl.
barn owl.
Others think it appears more humanoid than animal. Which side are you on?
It looks like Skips.
All I know is I definitely wouldn't want to see this face peering back at me in my backyard. Number 21, whitewater
Oh, the
rafting mishap. A group of friends went whitewater rafting on the Colorado River on Class 5 rapids. This was the uploader's first time rafting, and probably his last. Published in August of 2015, Bill Hunter's GoPro captured the scary rafting mishap on video. These are the third most difficult rapids to ride commercially in the US. At the beginning of the video, the group is seen getting settled in on the raft. As their guide explains how to ride the rapids, they set off. They move past the first couple rapids with no problem, but then hit a rock in the middle of the river that flips their raft over. The harrowing aftermath follows Bill as he bobs down the river, bouncing against large rocks and being tossed around by the angry rapids. The water is fast flowing.
I don't know how people do that. Like, I see this and I'm like, nope. Count me out. Like, I did a jet boat ride. That's the most I'll ever go like this. That was scary, man. And like, you're zipping around corners so fast. Like, yeah, no.
Flowing, and Bill tries his best to stay calm. As he's pulled along against his will, you can see dangerous rocks and falls ahead. Soon Bill is pulled under and starts panicking. He finally manages to grab a hold of the boat again, but not without struggling underwater first. After the terrifying ordeal, he is thankfully pulled back onto the boat, no harm done. The footage shows how nature demands respect. Never underestimate the power of the river. Number 20, creepy creature. Are mythical creatures real? This video may convince you. Posted by Paranormal Tube in August of 2015. A creepy creature was caught on camera in Argentina. As someone leaves the room and heads into the hallway. The camera holds there for a second upon his return and captures this strange creature stepping into view from around the corner. The miniature extraterrestrial-like figure limps somehow robotically. The tiny humanoid then raises one of his arms, while the cameraman's friend jumps forward to slam the door shut in the creature's face. What is this thing? A hairless gremlin? Whatever it is, I don't want it to come any closer. Number 19.
Man, that looks so cap.
Waverly Hills Sanitarium. 7 out of 9 paranormal investigators saw paranormal activity on this night in Waverly Hills Sanitarium in Louisville, Kentucky. This lucky one caught it on video. Published by Renaissance Paranormal in July of 2012, this mysterious shadow figure has me mystified. The guide is at the front of the room giving his rundown of the sanitarium, while several paranormal investigators are gathered around off screen. This is the entire crew on the tour.
And it's a big old creepy building. Question.
Yes, ma'am.
Have you ever been frightened?
I got frightened about 3 months ago when I was going
Whoa!
And
That
yet,
got
in the
me
doorway
chills.
behind the tour guide,
Yeah.
you can see a distinct
I reckon
shadow
that was a
figure
real
appear
one.
briefly in the
I
doorway.
reckon that was real.
He is peeking into the room and pulls back as the camera pans toward the door. They show what it looks
Well
like when
done.
a normal human stands in the doorway. You can see both the light and dark values of the human figure, whereas with the paranormal figure captured on camera, you can only see a dark shadow. Is this a curious
Yep.
spirit still haunting the sanitarium, or is there some other
I think
explanation? Number 18, Office Ghost. A group of coworkers are sitting in an office when the unexpected happens. Posted to TikTok by Paradolia Paranormal. The action in this video takes place in the background as the office workers sit around in a circle talking. One woman gets up.
Oh God, that dude is jittering like crazy. He's got his like, that knee. I hate it when people do that. I just gotta put my hand just on their kneecap and just be like, chill out.
Then walks toward a table in the corner of the room. That's because she sees something moving on the table on its own. The woman looks genuinely terrified as she turns around and presumably tells her coworkers what she saw. They all turn back to see the object still moving briefly. Is this the ghost of a worker who never left? Or is there some gym-like prankster in this office? Number 17, Creature Outside. What would you do if this creature broke into your home? Published by the channel Real Scary in October of 2021. This video asks that very question as a mysterious creature starts breaking through the shutters of a window. The creature with his glowing red eyes peers in through one of the broken shutters while breaking a lower shutter. He stands bent there looking in for a moment, but thankfully remains outside. Is this really one of those tiny humanoids? If it is, we'd better run. Number 16, Scottish River
It looked like a pug.
Ghost. A Scottish woman set up a camera on a river to film some otters, but she captured something much more mysterious. Published by Bull Eatus in February of 2015. This river ghost is watching you. Amid an eerie Scottish forest, complete with overhanging trees, moss, and mist, a creepy
Am I missing
apparition
it?
appears amongst the trees. Look closely at the left bank of the river. You can see something
not see
emerge
it?
amongst
I
the
can't
trees
see
and
it.
move past them. Then a more vivid figure of what appears to
sorta
be
like
a
a
girl
head.
stands there, outlined by the trees. Who goes there? And why
Yeah, I don't
does she?
know. I think that's
It
superimposed
appears to
in.
me that we are left with more questions than answered with
Like, the light and everything's so wrong. Like, it looks like the light's shooting, like, all the way over here, hitting it, and then, yeah, I don't know. The lighting on it's just... Yeah, that's superimposed
this video.
And at the same time, it kind of looks like that tree's base, sort of thing. Like, yeah.
Number 15, into thin air, a figure transported to the middle of nowhere. This one has me checking my eyes. Posted to the r/Chills Narrator subreddit. JoJoyCR7 writes, "This video gives me chills every time I watch it." The CCTV footage was captured at nearly 2 a.m. in January of 2022. A shadow figure appears out of thin air and crosses a yard into the dark street. The spookiest thing about the video is the materialization of the figure. Against the background of trees, there appears to be a fence in the path, so it would serve as a barrier when crossing from the opposite yard, but it seems to break that barrier somehow. Is this a time traveler, a ghost, or a...
Yeah, I think it's just like the bottom half of the frame hasn't like updated, if you know what I mean. Like my iPad's literally doing it. Like if I lift my arm like that, it won't show my arm till it's about like up here. So I don't know. I think that's another version of that because it's like I don't know why it works. Don't ask me, but like it's like when you have like an old iPhone or something that's old and you're trying to play a video on it, it just don't work. Don't work so well because the processors in it just aren't able to keep up.
glitch in the Matrix. Number 14, the red eye. This person's haunted home comes to life when he's not looking. Posted by our haunted house, the TikToker says he recorded himself watching TV for over an hour. This is what happened. The man is seen laying on the couch in his dark living room. After a while, the bedroom door slowly opens by itself in the background. Then 2 bright red eyes appear in the doorway. The eyes stare for a moment before flashing downward and out of sight. Next, you see a strange shadow appear briefly behind the couch. Then the door behind him slams shut.
Alright. That's like my fear. Like, honestly, just something popping out of somewhere and just staring at me. Oh, God. Nah. Doggo
Well,
going
it
off.
looks like we won't be catching the red eye tonight. Number 13, active Menace.
Not for
A
me.
camera was left inside this apartment, and the poltergeists had a heyday with it. Published by Seeker of Ghosts in January of 2022. This footage will put you on your toes. First off, the overhead chimes start swaying back and forth, moving more aggressively. A coffee cup slides across the table, and then again. A stool moves, scraping across the floor more and more. The door nudges closed and something is thrown across.
It still moves, scraping across the floor more and more.
Across the kitchen. Back in the other room, the chimes start swinging
It's
again.
10 times louder in
and
my
an
headphones.
object slides across the floor. Some are heard off screen like someone is jumping on the bed. Suddenly, an old TV turns on in its nook. Back in the kitchen, the door swings open and later eeks closed again. The door closes and opens on its own. The iPad starts shaking and the door continues swinging open and closed.
Man, that needs some WD-40.
The stool moves and continues to until it is off screen. It is then thrown across the room.
Yay!
A cupboard door swings open. Lights are blinking on and off, and a ceramic jug slides across a surface. Is this highly active poltergeist a menace? Or is he just trying out his best party tricks? Number 12, chair move.
Or is it all cap?
This YouTuber was getting ready for work when her dog started behaving strangely.
She's acting really strange today. I don't know what's going on with her. What is it, Baze? I don't see
Doggo.
anything. Bailey.
Dogs are on another level. Like, they can sense bad energy. Have you seen that video where the dude talks to the dog terribly but he has like a happy tune to him, and then he talks to it with a bad tune, but he's saying good things to it, and the dog just picks up on it. So I think that's the same with spirits and stuff. You can feel the terror in this girl's
He seems
voice.
scared, so she pulled out her phone
Lady.
and started filming. This is what she captured.
Bailey. She keeps looking
This has
over
got
here.
me
I
on
don't know what
edge.
her deal is, but something's not right.
Published by Tony Rogers in November of 2019. This is yet another example that animals have a sixth sense for the otherworldly things around us, invisible to the human eye. The creepy video
Oh
shows
my god, that shook me. That's the dog walking out of there.
Billy
My
the
God.
dog entering the room tentatively from the hallway. As Tony pans around the living room while talking to her dog, Bailey is off looking to the right. Then something scrapes across the floor. Notice the 2 chairs tucked in below this cupboard. After waiting for a while, wondering where the noise came from, the same scraping sound is heard, and this time you can see what it was.
Bailey, what is it? Oh my god, did that chair just move?
No. Yep.
One of the chairs has been pulled out from its position under the cupboard. It then moves again and again, this time caught on camera.
Chills.
Oh my god.
Tony said she
no.
ran out of her
That's like, it could just be a string, but
house,
man, the dog, that sold it.
scared to her wits' end. Would you do the same? I certainly
Yeah.
would. Just don't forget Bailey the dog, number 11, face in the window.
Yeah.
This short clip is Nightmare Fuel, published by SNCH in May of 2015. A man enters what looks like a storage room in his home.
That's why you always have blinds, and you always put the blinds down.
And is distracted because his camera screen is completely black. He walks into the room, and in the background, a strange growling is heard, but it's not clear if the source is audio from off screen or something as of yet unseen in the room. As the man walks toward the window, half of a white mask-like face is seen in one of the upper panes. It stands there for a moment,
just
looking
zips
in
away
before it turns around and disappears. Delta F1 sums it up best in the comments, writing, "I'm terrified, but I also want more. I have a bad feeling this ghost isn't friendly." Number 10, Royal Mystery.
Yeah, me too.
Exploring with
It's not
Fighters
friendly.
explores this mysterious
Doesn't want you to see
pyramid
it.
in the middle of a forest in the Highlands of Scotland, published in November of 2021. The
What?
crew arrives at the Great Stone Pyramid,
That's insane. Like, how do I not know about this?
which appears completely out of place overlooking the forest below. A drone catches a view from above. From far off, the point of the pyramid blends right in with the pointy treetops. Despite being made of stone, it turns out the pyramid is not such a mystery. It was built on the Balmoral Castle grounds. Upon the passing of Prince Albert, Queen Victoria's great love, the pair spent their happiest moments at the castle. On the cairn is the inscription, "To the beloved memory of Albert, the great and good prince consort," erected by his broken-hearted widow, Victoria R., 21st August, 1862. Number 9, Shadow Figure. A paranormal investigator.
Was that supposed to be creepy? That wasn't... did I miss it? I don't know. I wasn't creeped out. That was kind of cool.
Was contacted to perform a search on the spa business because customers and staff were complaining about seeing movement. This video might just prove that what they were seeing was paranormal. Published by the Paranormal Anomaly Search Team in July of 2008, the crew is seen entering the business and walking through a hallway. That's when they spy this shadow figure. The shadow appears free-flowing, not
Didn't see
projected
it.
onto the wall. It moves in front of the camera. A later clip shows that the crew tried to recreate the same circumstances to see if the shadow was being cast somehow, but they could not produce the shadow figure again. Does this paranormal anomaly have unfinished business, or is he just waiting around for his pedicure? Number 8, Forest Ghost,
see it.
filmed in a backyard in
I
Lewis
am
Run
missing
in
that.
Bradford, Pennsylvania. This couple was
I've seen
capturing
this.
footage of their new home to send back to their family in California when they caught something unusual in the forest. Published by Bulldog in May of 2010, the couple is walking around their property along the tree line. Well, it's pouring
I feel like this
rain.
is legit.
Later, the camera is panning around when a semi-transparent figure is captured moving through the trees. The cameraman sees it in real time and exclaims. He tells his wife he just saw something running across the way.
There's the bonfire. Whoa. That was weird. I just saw something run across the screen.
The uploader says other strange events occurred while living there, including a completed puzzle being taken apart in the middle of the night and piled face up on the kitchen table the next morning. Is Lewis Run haunted? It sure appears to be. Number 7, Most Terrible Demon. Demonic entities were released after an experiment gone right, but I think a better description of the outcome is gone very wrong. Published by Toppy in January of 2022. Enter this video if you dare. In a series of clips, a door swings open with darkness beyond, and an unnerving
bless
whisper
this
is
house.
heard. This short video certainly highlights how haunted this abandoned place is. I think I'd be getting the heck out of there ASAP. I guess this ghost hunting team has nerves of steel. Number 6, Home Alone. Think you're alone? Think again. posted to the r/paranormal encounters subreddit. Top Imagination 7714 writes, I guess I'm not alone in the house tonight. The scary video shows something banging on the bedroom door.
Just that title alone gave me chills. No.
It makes such a disturbance that the door and handle are jiggling. The man approaches the door and swings it open. There's no one inside the room, but a buzzing sound is heard, assumedly coming from the desktop computer. He leaves the room and shuts the door on the way out. For a moment, there is no sound, but then the banging starts up again. Well, some in the comments think it's a draft or air pressure. Others think the source could be legit.
Yeah, because it's not really like a... It's more just like a boom, boom, boom sort of thing.
Yeah, paranormal. What do you think? It seems to me that this house could be haunted. Number 5, Ghost Girl. The following pair of videos were published by Real Ghosts on film in July of...
And it kind of looks like a new house, like... There's not much chance the new house would be more haunted than an old house. Like, I don't know. Unless it's renovated. But don't look at it.
2012, but filmed in May of the same year in the woods behind the cameraman's house. In the video, the cameraman is standing in the woods in an area where he had felt an energy. He'd seen a ghost girl there many times before, but never caught her on film. Until now. Watch the tree to the left. A small semi-transparent figure is seen prancing through the woods behind the tree, appearing on the other side of it before the camera shuts off. The second video shows an enhanced version. You can see the figure up close. Is this a true forest phantom? And where is she leading us? A mystery that's now 10 years in the making. Number 4, Haunted Restaurant. This ghost wants more.
I don't know, something about it didn't seem right, and another part of it kind of did seem right, so...
More Ketchup, posted to the r/ghosts subreddit. Burke Barber writes, since I bought this restaurant, weird things have always happened. What does this video sound like they are saying? The footage captures a rasping voice on 2 different security cameras. The words are not entirely clear, but many think it sounds like it's saying help me. Others hear the name Kevin. The restaurant owner reviewed the footage because there was creepy stuff going on in the restaurant during the day, including lights turning off, dishes falling by themselves, and a wet restroom suddenly becoming dry. Well, we can't be sure what the message is. The entire thing is chilling, to say the least.
A wet restroom suddenly becoming dry. I don't know. But that sound did sound like... Sounds like someone stubbing their foot.
Why do I watch this stuff when I'm home alone? I often wonder the same thing. Number 3, Ghost in the Mirror. Many argue that ghosts have no reflection, but this one does. Published by Barack Dogan Paranormal in January of 2022. The scary video shows a man standing in a hallway filming. He turns around and sees his reflection in the mirror. When he turns around and looks back again, he sees a vague pale figure reflected to the side.
Oh.
Is this a ghost reflected? Or is this man not alone? Number 2, Child-Sized Entity. The owners of this home report...
That looked like his girlfriend or a little kid or something.
Reported a child-sized entity peeking at them from around corners and down hallways. They set up a camera to capture whatever it is they were seeing. Published by Short and Stout Guy in April of 2009. This is what they found. Watch the doorway at the end of the hall. At around 9 p.m., the video shows a dark figure leaning very slowly out from behind the pile of stuff gathered there. The face looks somewhat mask-like and peers down the hallway before just as slowly pulling back again. This must be the entity that the homeowners keep catching out of the corner of their eye. But what is it? Any guesses? I've got a challenge for you. Since you've made it this far, why not like this video and hit subscribe?
I got a challenge for you.
In the next 5 seconds, because I upload 4 new scary videos every week. If you're curious about what I look like in real life, then go to my Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT and tap that follow button to find out. Number 1, Satanist in the graveyard. A hooded figure in a graveyard in the darkness of night can only mean one thing.
I don't play around with this
Satan's
stuff.
minions are among us. Published by Paranoiacs in January of 2022. As he first enters the forest, a church bell is heard ringing at a distance. Immediately, an eerie atmosphere drifts in. As the paranormal investigator continues, he starts feeling paranoid, like something's watching him. He continues around the cemetery, and his EMF meter periodically goes off. It seems to be going off in the same area near these hedges. It continues to be triggered around the gravestones. Then a mysterious screaming is heard in the distance. That's when this is captured lurking behind a tree. Shortly after, the investigator feels like he's being chased. He starts running. Upon returning to the area, he sees this.
Whoa.
A hooded figure walking amongst the gravestones. Back in the woods, he spots more creepy faces hovering in the darkness. What is going on here?
Get out of there,
is there
man.
something satanic happening? Whatever is going on, it's seriously creepy and mysterious.
Look at them all.
I hope
They're all
you're
up
ready
here.
for some seriously scary stuff.
Alrighty, there we have it. Ugh, I'm chilled. I've got the chills. Go subscribe to the man. He's pretty good. Me and Shauna watch him all the time. Now I'm freaked out. I want to turn this light back on because I'm freaked. Thanks for liking and making me do this again. Alrighty, I'll see you in the next one. Hope you enjoyed. See ya.
Keep mumbling, I'll keep doubling. You keep bluffing, you've got nothing. I'll keep